Hey guys, it's LeaLeaVSG. I am here for my week 11 post-op check-in for vertical sleeve gastrectomy. Sorry about the glare. I try to do my videos during the day, but today just kind of got away from me. But today is September 28th, 2016. I was sleeved 11 weeks ago here in Atlanta, Georgia by Dr. Paul Masick at Northside Hospital. My starting weight was 288. Day of surgery, I was 269. Last week when I came in, I was 227 on the nose. And today I am 225 even. So it's a loss of 2 pounds from last week. It's a loss of 44 pounds from surgery. And it's a loss of 63 pounds from my highest. And I currently have a goal weight of 160 just because I've never been below 200 pounds in my adult life. So shooting for 160, and did I say 260? I'm shooting for 160, and I figure I can adjust it from there. So with a goal weight of 160, I have lost 49.2% of my excess weight from my highest. So that's really exciting for me. I imagine I will hit that 50% point by the end of this week. So that's, I feel like calculating that is a really encouraging way when you're not seeing a ton of movement on the scale. I'm pleased with my 2-pound loss this week. I've kind of had some poop issues. So I think that's got a lot to do with it. I'm back on the Colace and looking to start adding some Benefiber or something to my daily routine, my drinks. I've tried to pay a lot more attention to fiber the past few days. I noticed, we're so protein driven right now. For me, I know I'll be able to eat a little bit more farther out, but right now it's hard enough to get my protein in. So I don't think it hurts to add, some fiber. We'll get into that a little bit more later. My next goal, I see my surgeon again next Thursday. I would kill to be below 220. So I have 5.1 pounds to go this next week, this next 8 days. So we shall see what happens. Even if I get close, I'll still be pleased. But I would love to, hit the 2 teens, because that'll bring me even closer to, my next goal, my 199 to get this weave did. Let's see. I actually have an update on my thyroid issue. I know a few weeks ago you all saw me do my ugly YouTube cry when I was preliminarily diagnosed with Graves' disease. Well, it's looking like that's a false alarm. I saw my endocrine doctor today, and my thyroid levels have about returned to normal. So we drew more blood. So we'll see what they're looking like and go from there. So I don't need to have any more tests right now. The thyroid ultrasound I had did show just a couple small nodules. So he said in about a year and a half, we will do another ultrasound and we'll just monitor those. So that was a relief. Such a relief. Other than that, it was a very short appointment. The only other complaint I really had was I feel like my energy levels have been low lately. I attributed it to, just not eating much because we can't. But he debunked that. He said, no, your energy right now should be coming from the fat you're burning. So, when we do your blood work, we'll look at things that could be affecting that. So we'll see what he comes back with. It might not be a bad idea to start some B12 shots or something like that. But I'll wait and see what he says and then go from there. And then I go back in 7 weeks, I think, right before Thanksgiving. When I had a couple fun little things that happened while I was waiting at the doctor, though. He's got the BMI chart on the back of the doors in all of his exam rooms, so I've kept an eye on that. At my highest weight, my BMI was 44. I'm 5'8", almost 288. I looked my last appointment, and I had gotten down to a BMI of 37. So I was out of the red zone, and now I'm just considered obese. And then today, my BMI, I'm calling it, gosh, what was it? Yeah, it was 37 last time. I'm right on the verge of being down to like 34. Since I'm weighing at 225, the weight for a BMI of 34 for my height is 223. So, we could very well be there by the end of the week. But, to have dropped, almost 3 spots on the BMI chart, that's pretty fun. Also, he's in the exam rooms, he's got, the little displays and models, and there's one, oh gosh, this thing was so ugly, and it basically was a representation of 5 pounds of fat. And no lie, that thing was this big, I mean, like football size, and like this thick, and it was heavy. I mean, you think 5 pounds, it felt so much more than what I was expecting when I picked up, 5 pounds of fake fat. I set it down on my leg and took a picture. It's actually like as big as my thigh. And I did the math, and from my highest weight, I have lost 12.6 of those things. And that just really blew my mind, because I'm like, I can't imagine strapping 12 and a half of these things to me and going about my daily business. So it's kind of crazy, what we go through, when we're living these, these pre-surgery, these pre-weight loss lives. And, no wonder we were tired. We didn't feel good. We didn't do things, because we're hauling all that around. My BFF Becky with the good hair, she had bypass last November. And I was texting her the pictures and stuff. And, oh, by the way, they're on Instagram. So if you want to see what that thing looked like, check it out. LeaLeaVSG, LeaLeaVSG on Instagram. But I sent it to her, and it was like, I've lost 12.6 of these. And she's like, she did the math. She's like, I've lost 23. I was like, there's no way in hell we could strap 23 of these to you. We need to get you like a hiking backpack for you to haul those things around. So it's amazing when you think outside the box of ways to motivate and encourage yourself and see your progress, especially, the scale only dropped 2 pounds for me, but that's, 2/5 of one of those logs. So I think that was really good for me to just kind of, Ruthie Kitten's in my purse. The lady likes nice things. I can't blame her. But I think it was a great way for me to kind of, see the big picture and put it in perspective. So, if you see those in your doctor's office, take a few minutes, and play around with them. It'll blow your mind. I pointed out to my doctor when he came in. I was like, I've lost 12.6 of these. And he kind of looked at me. I was like, not from surgery. I was like, from, my first visit here with you. And he's like, yeah, you have. He doesn't joke around a lot, though, but, I think some doctors just don't. My surgeon doesn't. But, he's a very great doctor. He's great at what he does. He was actually the medical consultant on one of those weight loss shows on ABC. I think they've done one season so far. It was called, I think, something like My Diet's Better Than Yours. But he was actually the consultant on it. So I trust him, so he doesn't have to crack jokes with me as long as he chuckles a little bit at mine. But those are the takeaways from my appointment today. I see my nutritionist Friday, and then my surgeon next Thursday. So I will update y'all next week on my nutritionist appointment, and then the week after you'll hear about what happened at my surgeon. And I made a little bit of a list. I know last week I went on my little rant. I'm sorry if I offended anyone. I did get a thumbs down. So, I'm sorry you felt that way. If something upsets you, I think instead of, doing a little thumbs down vote, leave a comment, say something, because, I feel like that's a little more proactive. But I'm sorry if I offended you. I felt very strongly about what I was discussing, and, I guess we're all entitled to our opinions. Still love you, though. But since I got on that little bit of a rant, I didn't have time to go over what I wanted to, which I want to just go, you know, through, you know, a few days in the life of me, how I eat. So we'll go ahead and do that now so I don't run out of time because we're already at 10 minutes. So I use an app called Lose It. I know you can see the glare from my phone. It's really bad. It's free. I know people love MyFitnessPal. I just got started on Lose It before I tried MyFitnessPal, and so I already was comfortable with it. And you can put in your goals and track your weight loss. So I update that once a week, you know, on Wednesdays when I do my weekly weigh and whatnot. Well, I weigh every day, but I only officially count it on Wednesdays. It'll count your steps. So if you're into carrying your phone around when you walk, that helps. You know, on days that I'm not carrying my phone, it'll tell me I've had like 40 steps, maybe 52. But, you know, so I wouldn't, you know, hold that as like the Holy Bible of, you know, step tracking. You know, get yourself a Fitbit or a pedometer. But it's a nice little perk, you know, if you've got your phone in your hand all the time. But it'll also, I'll show you what it looks like. Here's my day today. I don't know. There we go. At the top, you know, you put in what you're looking for as far as when you set it up, your height, your weight, your age, how much you're wanting to lose. Which I don't pay a whole lot of attention to that because I'm going to lose at a different rate than someone who's using this that didn't have weight loss surgery. But it kind of gives you that little thermometer of your calories. And mine, it set my calories. For some reason, it has reduced them by like 100. So it's got me at a daily caloric intake of 871. I don't pay a whole lot of attention. I mean, as long as I'm not doing something stupid that's going to blow that out of the water, which I don't normally. I can't. I don't pay a whole lot of attention, but it's kind of nice to kind of have a line draw because my nutritionist said, you know, 750 to 1,000 calories, which I think 1,000 might be a little high for me at this point, but it kind of just helps me just keep a little bit of an eye on it. Oh, I lost my phone. And then there's, gotta give it a minute because we're in the dark. And then there you see the pedometer. And then if you scroll up, it'll, as long as the food you're putting in has all the, you know, fields to fill those in, the protein, the carbs, and the fats, it will. And you can even click on that. I hate moving. And it'll give you like the rundown of more of the nutritional properties. I wish I could do this without moving the phone so it doesn't take so long to focus. You can also log your exercise. And so it'll factor that in, and it'll calculate, you know, your net calories. So, you know, if I eat 1,000 calories, but I go burn 300 at the gym, it'll tell me my net calories for the day are 700. I don't pay a whole lot of attention to that, like I said, but it's nice to have that info there. And then you can separate your meals into breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and snack. And it makes it easy. When I go see my nutritionist, I just hand her my phone with the app open and she can scroll through and see what I'm eating and give me her thoughts, any issues and concerns she has with what I'm doing. I think she'll be pretty pleased though. So I'll go through what I've done today. I am a coffee person. I have 1 cup every day. So I count that, and it's just, and so I just make a K-cup because then that way I don't have to worry about a whole pot. I just have my cup. I'm not tempted to sit there and just swig caffeine all day. So I did my coffee for breakfast, and then I do sugar-free pumpkin spice coffee creamer because I'm a basic bitch, and a little bit of Splenda. And today was a little different because I had to run off to my appointment. So I did not actually eat breakfast, which I do not condone, but I was going to grab a shake on the way and forgot. So I came home, and so I put it under my lunch category because of the time of day. I had a shake. Then a little while after that, I had my tuna salad. And when I do tuna salad, it's literally just a 5-ounce can of tuna drained. I add 1/8 of a cup of shredded cheese, a tablespoon of Miracle Whip, I love my mayo, but when I looked at the calorie difference, I was like, ooh. So I switched to Miracle Whip. It hurts my heart a little bit. I do some mustard because you can't beat the free flavor without all the calories. And I've added just a little bit, like probably not even a tablespoon of relish. Gives it a little bit more texture. And because I was having such an issue getting any carbs in, I eat that with 5 wheat saltines. And that little recipe I gave you for my tuna salad, that's actually 2 meals for me. I can only eat half at a time, and half conveniently fits on top of 5 wheat saltines. So that was lunch. And then for dinner, I've been trying to reincorporate some veggies. It's just been so hard because, I can barely get the protein in when I eat. So I made green beans. I put just a touch of, I can't believe it's not butter in when I put them on the stove, and a little bit of bacon bits. And then I also baked a marinated salmon fillet. They're 6 ounces. I got them at Costco. They're so good. And you just bake them frozen for 30 minutes, and they're wonderful. And I cut that in half. And I eat half when I make it, and then I will put the other half in Tupperware with more veggies. So anytime I make my tuna or my salmon, that's automatically 2 meals. So, and I'll probably have a snack later. I'll probably do like a Fiber One bar. I've had a little bit of a chocolate craving. And my carbs are pretty low today, so I can justify it. And plus, give me that little chocolate fix without doing anything I shouldn't. Plus, we need all the help we can get with the fiber. And I'm actually gonna go back. I'll give you a rundown for another day. I'm going to go back to last week because usually when I make those, since each thing I make makes 2 meals, it's kind of repetitive. There's my word. So I'll take you back to last Wednesday. I had my coffee for breakfast. I did really bad. I didn't have anything else for breakfast. I'm trying to get better about that. For lunch, I did 2 Baby Bell light cheeses, 5 saltines, and a vanilla Premier shake. For dinner, I made a Boca burger, and I melted a 1/4 cup of shredded cheese on it. So good. And then for snack, I did have a what is it? Light and Fit is the brand, the Yoplait. One of their pumpkin pie yogurts. They're so good, so good. I've only been able to find them at Walmart though. And then I had a protein bar. I forget I think it might have been a Pure Protein. It was actually just one I found in my pantry when I was cleaning it out. And I also worked out that day and burned 294 calories. I ran 2 miles. That was a rough day because I felt like I had to make myself sit down and eat dinner that day. I've been so busy with my day job and then my small business, and my small business is going into its busy season. What's going on with my bangs? So I've been working like a mad person on that. And so I ate the protein bar just because working on that stuff was taking so long. I was like, I got to get something in me. And then finally made myself sit down and eat the Boca burger. So those are some examples of things I eat. Another one I'm a fan of is string cheese and salami. A typical meal of that, I'll do 4 slices of salami and 2 of the light string cheeses. And I'll cut those in half, wrap each one in a slice of salami. And those are really good and really filling. I'm trying to, with the poop issues this week, I'm trying to stay away from the cheese so much. I don't want to give my body any more reason to not go. I have noticed a little bit of hair loss lately. I haven't noticed like on my head, but I've noticed like in the shower and stuff. I'm trying not to worry too much about it just because I was dealing with that before surgery. But it did make me aware that I need to, be very diligent about all of my, vitamins and supplements, because even though I work from home, there are days I get busy and I just honestly don't walk the 5 feet to the kitchen. I don't remember. It doesn't cross my mind. So I actually ordered myself a pill sorter on Amazon, and it's got one container for each day of the week, and it fits into a holder. So I figure if I fill that on the weekend, set it on my desk, then I'm good, throughout the work week, and I can be more responsible. Plus, if I go somewhere, I just grab a case for that day, and I'll have everything with me. And it has 4 compartments. It has, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and bedtime. So I'll be able to break up, the vitamin, the multivitamin, and the calcium. Some other things that I take, I am still taking the Prilosec. My reflux, it's a daily thing. So if I don't get in my Prilosec, by about 9:30, 10 o'clock, I start to get refluxy. So that's something I'm still on. I take my chewable vitamin. I take Flintstones twice a day. I take my calcium chews twice a day, but just remember you can't take those together. The iron and the calcium kind of don't get along. I also take biotin and gelatin. I take one of each twice a day. The biotin obviously for the hair, but gelatin is also known to help with your hair and nails. Also with joint lubrication and skin elasticity. So that that has a lot of benefits. So I want all of them. And I'm actually adding glucosamine into the mix, just because I've noticed with working out, I don't know if it's because I've been pushing myself so hard or what. I have had knee surgery, so I'm not surprised about them, but I've been having some hip pain too, and a little bit of shoulder pain from lifting. So I'm going to add the glucosamine in to get those lubricated and hopefully, not so creaky and sore and stiff. Other than that, I just take like Zyrtec for my allergies. But I think those are all of the supplements I take currently. If you know of any other ones, give me a shout. Let me know. I'll have a pill case now. I'll be able to put them in there. And today is tobacco-free day 3 on the patch. So it's been a rough couple days. Today wasn't so bad. I'm pretty frustrated that I fell off the wagon in the first place, because I worked so hard and went through, basically went through hell when I quit the first time before surgery, and was doing so good for so long. But I'm not going to beat myself up over it, as long as I know that I'm trying to get back on track. And today was good because I felt like I just really had no interest to even want to smoke like yesterday and the day before. The cravings were definitely there. So that's definitely relieving its progress in my book. It's funny though, because going through the quit process again kind of reminds me of the first few weeks after surgery. I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that we couldn't eat. I was on liquids for a month, so I had head hunger like crazy and was just craving everything. But I've noticed now, now that I could eat all those things that I want to, I really don't. So I think it's just, tricking your mind or changing your thought process into, instead of looking at it as a punishment, looking at it as a choice. Because, it's human nature, you want what you can't have. Well, if you can change your way of thinking to, well, I could have it, but I'm choosing not to. It's no big deal. Kind of takes the edge off. So that's what's going on with me. Really not a ton else to report. Just good because we're at 25 minutes. I did hear from one of the boys I referenced. I don't know if I've talked about him before, but I hadn't seen him in like several weeks, and he was just kind of blowing me off and blew me off Sunday. So I was just like, whatever, and blocked his number. And because I'm tired of the games, and I'm tired of doing the things that I feel like old Lee would do. This is LeaLeaV 2.0, so we need to act like it. Know our worth. And so I had blocked his number. Well, he found a way to call me last night, and I got an apology out of him, which was nice. And I said, thanks, I appreciate that. But I let him know. I was like, I've had a lot going on these past few weeks. I'm not exactly inclined to give second chances. Right now, I want people who have my back, who are loyal and present in my life. I'm like, I'm not accusing you of anything, and I'm not saying that, it's just directed toward you. I'm letting you know where my head's at. And what do you know? He invited me to his house. I got to meet his friends and his roommates. And we are we're supposed to spend Saturday together for the Ohio State game. We'll see if that happens. I'm just trying to keep my expectations low. Because, if he doesn't show up, it's happened before, so there's no need to be surprised about it again. But there's also no reason to put all that faith and trust in him unless he earns it. So, I feel really good about that, though, because I feel like I have just been a little boy crazy and off track the past few weeks and just dealing with a lot of their nonsense, and there's no need for it. So I kind of feel like I took the focus off of that, took the importance off of it, and I've just been focusing on me, and it just seems like things just work out so much better when you do that. But I think I'm going to wrap up here because we're at 27 minutes. So I will hopefully have some fun stuff to talk about next week. But I guess, sometimes no news is good news because it means at least there's no drama. Also, if anyone's looking for something fun to do to shake it up for October, my BFF Kimberly, she is doing an October challenge where she is not going to weigh for the whole month. Her hubby is taking the scale to work, so she can't have any temptation. And she's just going to try her best to go through the whole month and just have like a big loss, come November 1st. So that's an idea if y'all want to try it. But if not, that's cool. But I think it's neat, and I'm so proud of her. Alright, guys. Well, I will see you all again next week. I hope you lovelies are having a wonderful week, and I can't wait to see you soon.